Classical music becomes a lifeline in Bolivia. Voices for Bolivia is bringing hope and resources to the nation's elderly community, proving that compassion can truly strike a chord worldwide. Here's our Natalia Santeliz.
Hello, everybody. I am Natalia Santaliz, and as we conclude the Hispanic Heritage Month, it's important to reflect on the power of the diaspora, those who leave their home countries yet continue to carry their culture, traditions, and values wherever life takes them. That is exactly the story of soprano Shelane Hughes. Not only is she an accomplished opera singer, but she also is the founder of Voices for Bolivia, an international nonprofit organization that uses classical music to bring relief and dignity to impoverished elderly communities. In this occasion, we have the privilege of speaking with her about her artistry, her mission, and the ways music can truly change lives. Shelane, welcome and thank you for joining me. When did you first discover your purpose or calling, both as an artist and as someone who wanted to give back through music?
So when I was in Bolivia, I used to be a folk dancer and a folk singer, and so performing was always a part of my life. And I think, as you know, us Hispanics have in our roots and in our blood a love for culture, because in our cultures, it doesn't matter what country we come from, it is the food, the music, the dancing, it's all interconnected, and all of that art is part of how we are, right? So kind of that the musical side of my culture was always with me. I went to study to New York City, and that I think changed my life and also gave me a lot of perspective, because being so far away from home and dedicating myself to an art form that seemed so foreign to my roots was many times really difficult. I felt very selfish when I was practicing how to make the perfect notes, how to make the perfect vowel. And as much as I love it, and it is my passion, and I love to sing and perform, I've started to feel more and more disconnected from where I came from. And a way to bridge those things for me was to always remember that I can give back.
Historically, classical music has often been associated with the elite and exclusive social circles. Yet here you are, breaking that stereotype by bringing it directly to impoverished communities. You've even described classical music as a bridge between cultures and generations. How do you see it functioning as a tool for social change?
Well, you know what? I always had that question with me, and I thought that was going to be the hardest thing to answer. And what I've realized is that music simply has the power to inspire empathy. And that's it. Because every time we have a moment to share music from one of our artists' heart to someone who's listening, someone who knows nothing about Bolivia and has never thought about those issues in their life, right? Because it's very far away from the reality and from our classical music audiences sometimes. In that moment, the music touches their heart and they feel connected to us.
How big of an impact has been Voices for Bolivia?
There are elderly people who live in such difficult situations, and I always use this example because I think it really paints a picture. We have an elderly that we work with. His name is Francisco. And Francisco is 86 years old, and he was a farmer his whole life, and he cannot use his legs anymore. Francisco has been abandoned by his family, not in like an ill-intended way, but when you are in a situation facing so much poverty, and you have 3 children you have to take care of, and you have an elderly father, you are faced with making a really difficult decision. Do you choose to take care of the children or the elderly father? He lives on the outside of a city in Bolivia called Cochabamba, and he has built himself a little like shack. And the sides are filled with cardboard. There's no electricity, there's no water, there's no bathroom, and there's no access to food, a doctor, a clinic, anything. We have done concerts that have fundraised enough to provide communities with solar electricity, light, water, fresh water delivered to them every for a full year. We have been able to. Part of our team has gone to Francisco's home. He now has light, he has water, and he has a bed. So with that, we are now on our way to opening a home in Bolivia. It's a home that will fit 50 elderly. Attached to it is a full clinic where we will have 24-hour care for them. And in front of there's a really beautiful space of land where we're going to build a garden where they can plant herbs and flowers and either use them for themselves or also sell to the community around us. This will be the first home of Voices for Bolivia, fully funded by classical music. Everything's ready to go. We just need the funds to open. So right now we're working towards that goal.
How can our audience support your project and become part of this mission of hope through music?
Well, there's a few different ways that people can get involved. So our main source of fundraising is our concerts. We put up concerts all over the world. We bring artists of the highest qualities and we share classical music with them. On Voices for Bolivia, you can find us on all of the social media platforms at Voices for Bolivia. That's it. And our website is voicesforbolivia.com. And as far as me, my name is Shalene Hughes Camacho, and you can find me like that anywhere as well.
Thank you so much, Shalene. Wishing you all the best. This is Natalia Santaliz reporting from Mayagüez, Puerto Rico.